Supreme Court dismisses plea to postpone GATE 2022. Ms. Meera Isaacs, principal of Mumbai's Cathedral School, to retire after 44 years. IGNOU introduces 3 new courses in the field of agriculture. IIM Calcutta launches new executive program in investment banking and capital markets. Centre issues revised COVID guidelines for reopening of schools. NDMC schools to have language and utter tinkering labs. Odishaschools, colleges and universities gear up to reopen on Monday. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister directs officials to implement all recommendations made by SCERT. Teacher donates retirement benefits worth ₹40 lakhs to poor students. Good afternoon and a warm welcome. You're watching Education News Network, where we get you the latest developments in education at the top of this hour. This is Nitya reporting from ENN and the Daily Stories Hour. The Supreme Court on Thursday dismissed the petitions that demanded the postponement of the Graduate Aptitude Test in engineering exam, that is GATE 2022. The GATE 2022 examination will be held on February 5th, 6th, 12th and 13th in computer-based test mode. As per reports, a bench comprising Justices D.Y. Chandrachud, Suryakant and Vikram Nath said that taking any action on the petitions 48 hours prior to the commencement of the exam will lead to uncertainty. The plea for postponement of the GATE examination barely 48 hours before the scheduled date on February 5, 2022 is replete with a propensity for chaos and uncertainty in the lives of the students who have registered for the examination. There is no overarching reason that this court, in the exercise of its jurisdiction under Article 32 of the Constitution, should supplant the duties and functions of the regulatory authorities who have taken a decision to hold the examination, the bench said, adding that it is a matter of academic policy as to when the examination should be held and the court cannot enter this arena. It noted that 9 lakh students are to appear in the examination and around 20,000 students have signed an online petition for postponing the examination. The students have prepared for it and the court cannot play with the career of the students by postponing the examination, the bench observed. Ms. Meera Isaacs, the principal of Mumbai's Cathedral School, announced her retirement after 44 years of service, first as an English teacher and later as principal. She will be replaced by Ms. Sonal Parmar, who is currently serving as the vice principal. Ms. Isaacs will continue as dean until May, overseeing the new International Baccalaureate building and thereafter as advisor. As the second longest serving principal of the 162-year-old school, Ms. Isaacs was known for striving to create a more democratic and cosmopolitan environment. She went to Queen Mary School and Pune University and was recently titled one of the 10 most inspiring women in school leadership. One of her most enduring contributions has been to ensure girls always feel safe. For Ms. Isaacs, her most memorable times remain not her 25 years as principal, but when she was a teacher. She says, "That is when I didn't have to create distance and could really bond and laugh with my students." After launching several new courses in the month of January, the Indira Gandhi National Open University is now launching 3 more courses for the 2022 session. IGNOU School of Agriculture has launched a master's degree program, a PG diploma level and a diploma in MSc in Food Safety and Quality Management, postgraduate diploma in Agribusiness and diploma in Horticulture. The MSc in Food Safety and Quality Management will be at least 2 years long, and the maximum duration allowed to complete the elective program will be 4 years. This course has been launched with the objective of developing qualified and competent human resources in the field of food safety and quality management for regulators, industry, academic or research institutions, certifying and accreditation bodies, food trade, food testing and training. For postgraduate diploma in agribusiness, interested candidates should have successfully completed graduation in any discipline from a recognized university. This program will encourage entrepreneurship among farmers, intermediaries and traders and other stakeholders in the agri-enterprise chain. It will also inculcate and develop managerial skills and develop agribusiness professionals in agriculture, food and allied sectors. The diploma in horticulture has been developed with the financial support of the Ministry of Agriculture, Farmers Welfare, Government of India and is a 1-year-long program. Candidates will be given 3 years at max to complete this course. Anyone who has successfully completed class 12 under any recognized board can apply for this course. The aim of the program is to educate the secondary pass students about horticulture, make more entrepreneurs and build human resources such as supervisors, gardeners, entrepreneurs and middle technicians in the area of horticulture. The Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta has launched an executive program in investment banking and capital markets in association with Imarticus Learning. It is a 1-year-long program which would have 3 foundation modules and 7 advanced modules. In addition to this, a 3-day intensive workshop will also be conducted at the IIM Calcutta campus during the first quarter, followed by a 3-day workshop towards the end of the program. The program will be delivered online once a week as per the schedule. The course fee will be Rs 3,98,000 plus GST, including the charges for campus immersion. Anyone with a minimum 2 years of relevant work experience and at least 50% marks in graduation or post-graduation is eligible for this program at IIM Calcutta. The course is expected to begin in April 2022. This new program has been launched with the objective of providing learners with in-depth domain knowledge of investment banking and global capital markets. It will be covering various topics such as debt and equity capital markets, mergers and acquisitions, portfolio fund management, securities market research and valuation, sales and trading, and securities regulations. It will also cover the entire investment banking and capital markets spectrum. The Centre on Thursday issued revised COVID guidelines for reopening of schools amidst declining trends of COVID cases across the country. The guidelines have been prepared after consultation with states. The guidelines are advisory in nature and it is on states to decide whether schools are required to ask for consent from parents for physical classes. The school reopening guidelines will include precaution timetable assessment, emotional and mental health. The guidelines have been prepared in 2 parts. The first part addresses concerns on health, hygiene and safety aspects, while the second part deals with learning with social distancing. These guidelines are advisory in nature and we have shared with all stakeholders and have advised them to adopt it as per the need. The New Delhi Municipal Corporation aims to upgrade 29 schools in the initial phase by building digital infrastructure in their premises. As part of this initiative, the Atal Tinkering Labs and Language Labs too will be set up in 14 schools under the civic body. Satish Upadhyay, Vice Chairman of New Delhi Municipal Corporation, says, initially our plan is to upgrade 29 schools for which we have set up an engineering department which will look after the infrastructural upgradation of schools. As part of this upgradation, computer labs would be modernized. ATLs would be set up in 14 schools and language labs too will be set up. The aim is to enhance inclusivity in schools by providing students unhindered access to the ATLs, smart classrooms and digital libraries. A cash prize of Rs 10,000 will be offered to the meritorious students of class 10 and 12 and free stationery for primary students. Besides the infrastructure, we are also working on upgrading the quality of the teachers to create a teacher resource base. The modernization of lab infrastructure would ensure a holistic approach to teaching learning process. New measures are being introduced to have a bagless culture in pre-primary and primary schools commence after the pandemic, adds Upadhyay. With the dip in COVID-19 cases in the state, the Odisha government on Thursday said that schools from classes 8 to 12, colleges, other technical education institutions and hostels will reopen from February 7th. Odisha Chief Secretary Suresh Chandra Mahapatra said that physical classes for students up to class 7 will begin from February 14th. The students will have an option to attend classes online, offline or in hybrid mode. The educational institutions in the state were shut on January 10th owing to the 3rd wave of the pandemic. The educational institutions will be suggested to hold bridge courses, short-term courses, doubt-clearing classes and other such sessions to make up for the study losses incurred by the students, he said. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy chaired a review meeting with the Education Department yesterday. During the meeting, officials elaborated on the details regarding the implementation of the new education policy in the state, specifically the 6-category classification of schools and staffing of qualified trained teaching faculty. Officials also notified the Chief Minister about orientation-cum-interaction for public representatives that was conducted and attended by officials at the state level, including ministers, MLAs and MLCs from January 27th to 29th, which included appraising on the school mapping strategy and outcomes and detailed interaction and feedback from public representatives. The Chief Minister directed officials to ensure that all the reforms to the education machinery should be fully implemented in line with the new education policy by the next academic year in June. Discussing teaching staff, the Chief Minister instructed officials to work on engaging teachers in proportion to the number of students, able to ensure that the teachers are engaged subject-wise instead of one teacher teaching all the subjects for a class. To fulfill the need of teaching staff in high schools, teachers from secondary grade schools are being promoted. The Chief Minister said more than 22,000 teachers will get promotions due to schools being set up under the new education system. This will not only enhance the learning experience of students but will also improve and engage competent and motivated teaching staff. The Chief Minister also instructed officials to focus on bringing about digital mediums for teaching students in 8th, 9th and 10th grade, and all the required infrastructure and training to digitize learning should be prioritized. A teacher of a government primary school has donated all the money from his Employee Provident Fund and gratuity worth ₹40 lakh to poor students on the day of his retirement after 39 years of service in Madhya Pradesh's Parna district. Vijay Kumar Chansoria made the announcement at a program organized by his colleagues to honor him on his last day at work at a primary school in Kandia on Monday. With the consent of my wife and children, I have decided to donate all my Provident Fund and gratuity money to the school for poor students. No one can lessen suffering in the world, but we should do whatever good we can, Chansoria said at the event. I came across poor students who lived in deprivation and donated for them. I saw their happiness whenever I helped them. My children are already settled and I decided to donate all my Provident Fund and gratuity money worth ₹40 lakhs, he said. That's all for today. Thank you for watching Education News Network. For more such videos, do log on to our website, theENN.com, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Signing off, Nitya.